At first we could only see the line from that side. Now they're coming in. They were coming in from this side and then wrapping around, but it wraps around the church and then they go through here. I had a chance to just walk through the line to talk to some people and just to see. But I mean, we're talking about people from all over. I spoke with a woman who she said she and her neighbor, they drove 4 hours. I've seen young people, I've seen older people, from all walks of life, people from different religious backgrounds as well. Of course, all of them flocking here into the Fountain of Grace. Their respect to George Floyd, 46-year-old Houston native there. And you know, Melanie, this is. And I had a chance to stop and speak with one gentleman, and he told me, he said, I don't like funerals. I don't like to go to funerals. I don't even like going to my own friends or family members' funerals. But he says, I understand that this is more than a funeral. This is more than a memorial. This is just more than what we're seeing here. He said, we are looking at history. He was very hopeful. He thinks that after all of this is said and done, that we are going to see some real change when it comes to justice, when it comes to justice reform for a system that many black people think it doesn't work for them. So a lot of people out here, it is more than just coming to another funeral or to another memorial. They feel like they are actually a part of history and a part of this big moment here in our time, as we are seeing what has happened as a result of George Floyd's death, which is of course nationwide, worldwide outcry for some change, Melanie. But you know, they're brave because it is hot here. We've been seeing paramedics and EMS also pull up here. We know we've had a few people sort of get overheat or have some kind of heat exhaustion or heat-related illness there and had to be checked out by paramedics. But people, they are flocking into this church. We were discussing earlier, should we say hundreds or should we say thousands? Now, you know, it is safe to say that thousands of people have shown up here to memorialize George Floyd. Melanie?
You know, Chauncey, just a couple of quick observations as we look live right now inside the church. And we can see that the lines are longer. There are more people. We were initially told only 15 at a time, and they could only come in for about 10 minutes. So just think about waiting all that time in line, first at one location to take a shuttle over to the church itself. And then you get to the church and you've got to wait in line for another perhaps hour or two. But it looks as though they have decided to allow more people to come in at a time and to get a chance to view the body of George Floyd there inside that gold casket, which we know was paid for by former heavyweight champion Floyd Mayweather, who has also funded all of the services. Now this will be the third service today, this wake, and then tomorrow the funeral itself. But Chauncey, a couple of things that I've noticed. One is it appears as though people are trying to do some safe distancing, certainly as they stand in those lines. And secondly, we know the family asked for people to wear masks and gloves. And to a person, it looks as though everyone complied with that. Certainly those people who are coming inside the church. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yes, Melanie, and I had a chance to speak with one of the front attendants here at the front of the church, and he said they've only had to turn a few people away because they did not have a mask or face covering on. But he says for the most part, everyone is complying with that rule. And you're right. At first, they were letting the 15 people in at a time, but you know, with that, I think it was short-lived because, and I think they're still doing, you know, the safe distance there. But looking at how that line was growing and the pace that line was growing at, they said if we continue, and I'm guessing, but they said if we continue this way, we're going to be here way past 6 o'clock. So it does seem like that they're letting a few more into the church to view the body than when they started. But Mel, you're right. They have to be shuttled over here to the church, and then they have to wait in this line, and then there's another line. Once you get to the front door, you have to have your temperature checked. Then there's another line where you go through the metal detectors. Then you have to wait right there in the foyer to be let inside the church with your group. As you see, they have stanchions dividing the aisles there, as they are also trying to keep up with the social distancing rules. But Mel, most people out here complying with the masks and still, you know, very cognitive that COVID-19 is still going on. But I had to talk with